cortege approaches its southern side and will come round. Flowers everywhere, all along the edge of the street. Flowers.
Wheeling around now, of course, in front of the Houses of Parliament. The Princess not afraid in recent times to speak out on things, but as she always said, I am a humanitarian, not a politician. And so the cortege draws close to Westminster Abbey for the service due to begin in just about 7 minutes' time.
Said the great tenor bell half muffled with a piece of leather round half of its clapper. Those soldiers in their bearskins will shortly perform the most difficult task of their lives. Members of the 1st Battalion, the Welsh Guards, will bear the coffin into the Abbey. And when the coffin is lifted off the gun carriage, there the gun carriage's duties end and it returns to its barracks in St John's Wood. And the horses who behaved immaculately. Prince of Wales's company, which is the senior company of the 1st Battalion Welsh Guards, specially chosen for this onerous task. They're all over 6 foot tall, all of a similar height, and they've rehearsed this manoeuvre since they came together on Tuesday of this week. At their head, Captain Richard Williams, who won the MC in Cambodia in 1991. They will now bear the coffin of the Princess of Wales into Westminster Abbey. A coffin lined with lead, so heavy, and the eyes of the world are on these men. Entering the Abbey gates, the Dean of Westminster leading. And the chief mourners behind. As London witnessed a more moving sight. Background, Big Ben strikes 11. And as it enters the Great West Door, all will stand for the national anthem.
Legend ever will.
Folded at Westminster Abbey, and that quiet calm remained as the cortege moved on to the princess's final resting place at her family home of Althorp House. With this special report on the response in our region, here's Trevor Green.
As the City of London was blessed with sunshine, the northwest mourned under cloudy skies. Across the region, special church services took place prior to the funeral of the princess. This was Lancaster Priory. All around the northwest there were simple services of homage to Diana. This one in the street of a special housing project she once visited.
Take care of William and Harry, protect them from loneliness, and make sure, like us, they have neighbours around them to love them.
Every step I take, every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing you.
These children from the Freedom of Choice Cooperative Housing Development sang their own adaptation of a well-known pop song. The Princess of Wales came here in November 1995.
I feel so sorry.
Did you meet Diana?
She came to this close, yeah, and she went to the women's hospital and my sister went to see her, shook her hand.
What did you think of her?
She's a very special woman. People say she's the Queen of Hearts.
She made us feel relaxed. She went to all the children, to all the mums. She wanted to know about them. She touched the kids' heads. She wanted to know about things that normally people wouldn't ask you. How did you form to the kids? How you doing in school? And to meet a princess to the kids was unbelievable. And she certainly was a princess. She was one in life and in death, most definitely.
Streets were deserted almost everywhere as people stayed mostly indoors watching the service on TV or listening to the radio. Large TV screens were set up in shopping centres. And tears as these elderly patients in Wythenshawe Hospital watched the moving pictures of Diana's funeral on their TV and observed the 1-minute silence.
You should try hard to look after everybody in life, not just on myself, other people in the world. Yeah, she's a lovely lady.
And at this cricket match in Bolton, with the teams wearing black ribbons, a 2-minute silence during play.
On the train at 11:50 there was a minute silence, so I think it's been widely respected across Liverpool and across the whole UK.
And after the funeral, support for Earl Spencer's attack on those who hounded the princess.
It encapsulated just the very essence of what I myself, and I can tell the whole nation feels. It was very, very powerful, extraordinary speech, a very brave one.
A chill autumn breeze blew around the Anglican Cathedral in the port of Liverpool, where buses, taxis and the Mersey ferries ceased operating for 5 minutes at 11 a.m. Both Mersey tunnels were closed for 5 minutes during the period of silence. It's now just after midday and the whole region is beginning to return to normal, with shops and pubs opening their doors, as the country begins to come to terms with life without Diana, the Princess of Wales.
It was also a day when remembrance was shared by others who'd lost loved ones. On Merseyside there was a special service for families whose husbands and brothers died in Britain's worst merchant shipping disaster. They paid tribute to Diana and to the courage of her sons William and Harry. Simon Day reports.
The imposing parish church of Our Lady and St Nicholas facing Liverpool's famous waterfront. Families gathering to commemorate 44 crew members who died when the bulk carrier, the MV Derbyshire, sank in 1980, the biggest single loss during peacetime in British maritime history. A day also to share a nation's sorrow.
The nation mourns the tragic loss of Princess Diana. Our hearts go out to her love.
The fact that Princess of Wales campaigned about the landmine to save lives, and we're campaigning to save seafarers' lives, makes us the same.
One former MP says Liverpool's seafaring past means many empathise with the tragedy facing Diana's family, especially her two sons.
There can be a certain degree of cynicism about royal family, but undoubtedly there has been right throughout the country a great deal of sympathy for what's happened as far as Diana is concerned. And I think that there's empathy as far as that is concerned with the people of Liverpool.
The events across our region today. We're back tomorrow with our first news bulletin at 12:20. For now, from Granada News, good evening. I'll leave you with some reflections on the day.
The world may have lost a princess, but the heaven has found a star and made you bright, shine bright, blue, to eternity. May you rest in peace. Thank you. We wish you blessings, Master. Diana and Dodie, gone but never forgotten. Diana, now you shine your light side by side with God, looking after all our children up in heaven. From Groupie Fish Shop in Leicester.
Diana was a saint. She helped different charities. We'll never forget her. My heart goes out to her sons and family. Stephen Cowan. 29 McCready Street, Clydebank.
To the Queen of Hearts, from DJ Terry. I hope you are in a better place. You will always be in our hearts. Rest in peace. Thank you.
Diana, you are the queen of our hearts. You'll always be the queen of our hearts. From the Cody family.
Hello, my name is David Pickering. I'm calling from Huddersfield in West Yorkshire. I'm sorry about Princess Diana. I couldn't believe it when I heard the news on Sunday morning. I still can't, so I'm just very sorry. Bye.
Your hearts may be broken, but in time they will heal. A life not forgotten and a love so unreal. Our deepest sympathy to you all. From Mrs. Shambrook and family. Thank you.
Diana, a heart of gold stopped beating, to smiling eyes at rest. God broke our hearts to prove to us that he only takes the best. From Betty and Bill Roberts, Wallingham.
All I want to say is I miss her. I idolised her, and there'll never be anyone who can replace her. She's irreplaceable, that's how I feel.
God bless you, Diana. Hope you sleep in peace now.
Goodbye, Diana. Rest in peace at last. We will all miss you. Jim Pollard.
Goodbye, Diane. God bless you. We will always love you. And we'll look after you, boys. Good night, sweetheart.
Thank you for everything. We'll always miss you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a Mrs. Faulkner. I've got 7 children. We all love Di very, very much. We watched all her movements on the telly, read all about her in the papers, and we're all very, very hurt. Hard for us to understand, but death just does come to us all. But we really did love Di, and we did really respect Di. I'm a disabled person, and I would have loved to go and sign the book of condolences in London.
Diana, you brought us love and joy. The best way we can thank you and celebrate your life is to follow your example of giving. Together we might create enough light to brighten the darkness left by your tragic death. Thank you.
It was fine. Sorry, I need you. Do you eat now?
Yeah.
Have you missed it?
Yeah. Give it down so.
You're not going to walk down tonight now?
She can't stand up.
No, I did them.